Welcome back to the Philippines. Hey, I truly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to listen to me talk and, hang out with me for a little bit while I get lost today. Um, Decided to take a little ride, see what I can get myself into. I didn't find anything. But while I'm out here, man, I decided to take you guys with me. For you guys that are new to the channel, hey, man, I'm known for throwing rocks. I do speak my mind. So if I say something to make you mad in any kind of way, I truly want you to understand that I wasn't trying to do that. But if I do, it is what it is. And, we can get in the comment section and talk about it like men. And if you're a female, of course, I'm talking to you too. You can, of course, comment in the comment section. I had a subscriber tell me how come I don't speak on women and stuff like that. And it's not to isolate the woman from my channel or not. It's just I talk to a lot of guys because a lot of guys come out here to the Philippines. So, I kind of cater to the majority. But don't think I don't include you into that. So I apologize for that. But yeah, that's just how I rock, man. I'm just speaking to the masses, okay? Today's topic, though, is jealousy can get you hurt in the Philippines. Now, living in the Philippines is a beautiful thing for the most part. We get a chance to find ourselves, live a better life, while at the same time we learn new things along the way. I know I do. But after being here for a while and paying attention to how the locals interact with each other and how they interact with the foreigners that decide to come out here and live, I've noticed something. Filipinos are extremely jealous people. And that is one of the things that can get you hurt out here if you're unaware of how it looks to them in general. Now the majority of the Filipinos and the Filipino women, they're quite pleasant to be around. They give good vibes, and they have a generally happy nature. But when you cross that line, they have no problem letting you know that you crossed that boundary. And if you don't take heed to certain things, it'll get ugly. So today I'm going to try to give you guys a look into how they deal with things and what you can do to avoid getting in trouble with the locals. Now, everything that I'm going to say today is completely opinionated. So if I say something that you don't agree with, hey, man, it is what it is. But please don't say nobody warned you. Because I'm trying to warn you right now, brother, okay? Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is sleeping around with another person's mate. Here in the Philippines, it's easy. And when I say easy, it's really easy to get involved with a girl or a guy. And things may seem to be on the up and up while you're trying to get to know that person. But underneath that veil of beautiful smiles, affection, and all the other good stuff that comes with the relationship, there could be an ex that has not gotten over the relationship they lost. And now you're looking like the person that stole the love away. And if you know anything about the Filipino people, love is a serious thing here. And if someone loses face behind a relationship, it could get deadly. Now, my advice is to ask as many questions as you think that you need to ask before you get involved. Even if the question is wild, ask it, because it could lead to finding out something that you don't know about this person that you're interested in. All right. Another piece of advice is get her friends to confirm, or his friends to confirm, that they're single for real. And check the social media accounts to ensure the status says single on the real account. These days, people got multiple accounts, so it's really hard to tell. And those hidden accounts, they're probably the real accounts. So you guys got to be careful out here dealing with these people and these relationships and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say it's all of them, because it ain't all of them. Again, a lot of guys find a lot of good women out here, man. And some guys find a lot of good men out here if that's what they're into. I got to give respect while I got to give respect. But at the end of the day, you need to protect yourself while you're trying to engage with these relationships while you're out here, okay? Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is being modest in your character. Now, I have run across a few people out here, and a lot of the guys that I met out here, I'm not going to lie to you, man, these guys are freaking awesome. I mean, they're the most down-to-earth, wholehearted, good people. They're a pleasure to deal with. They'll literally give you the shirt off their back, and they don't even know you from a can of paint. All right. But then you got a few guys, you got a few Rudy Poos. I ain't gonna call them guys. You got a couple Rudy Poos out here that think that just because they have money, they have an exception to the rules when living in the Philippines. They give boastful vibes as if they are better than a lot of the locals and treat them as if they're beneath them. Now, in my honest opinion, I think that people with real money, I mean like the guys that are really, really, really rich, they're rich in the States, and then when they come out here, they're rich. All right. Those guys and girls are some of the most wholesome people. They're the nicest people on earth, because it's like they don't have nothing to prove. As a matter of fact, you kind of get this motivational vibe from them, because they're not they're not trying to put you down. They're trying to elevate you, trying to elevate your thought process. Those are the kind of people that they're a pleasure to be around, and they're really rich out here. I'm talking about them fake ballers, the people that think they the best thing since sliced bread. You know, those guys, they showboat and they do all kinds of other stuff, and they ain't gonna do nothing but end up in a coffin dealing with these people out here. $6,000 a month is considered rich out here. I give that. I got that. That's man. If you got $6,000 a month, hey man, pat yourself on the back. You did your thing, baby. You did your thing. All right. But if you take that $6,000 back to the States, you just living a normal life, and you may still have struggles while you're there. So if you have that kind of money, come out here with a humble heart and live to better yourself and not flex your image. Because if you do it too much, the locals will see you differently, and jealousy will get you hurt or killed out here. Now, I know it can happen anywhere in the world. All right. But in the Philippines, that jealousy trait is on another level. And when I say another level, it's on an extreme another level. All right. The best thing that you can do for yourself is treat the locals with respect and learn to live according to their way of life, with a little westernized side dish to compliment your life a little bit. We from the West. We gotta have what we gotta have, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Just be humble in your process. You get what I'm saying, brother? The next thing that I'm gonna talk about is failure to interact with the locals. Now, as expats, immigrants, tourists, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to understand that interaction with the locals will have a positive impact on your life, especially if you plan to stay here for a long time. All right. Avoiding engaging with them could lead them to believe that you're mayabang. And if you don't know what that means you're stuck up or selfish. All right. You don't want that in your life. All right. When the locals feel that way about you, it's probably best that you just go ahead and move away from the area, because it's going to go downhill from there. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have some cases that have improved from situations like that, but in my observation, it's really hard to get back in the good graces with the locals out here once you effed up a couple things. Filipino people are loving people in general, but they don't forgive that easily. That's just my observation. I could be wrong now. I'm not going to say that they are like that, but from my observation, they don't forgive nobody that easy. It take a long time. They don't even forgive their own family members for messing some stuff up. And when you come out here and you act like you got privileges that they need to bow down to, man, you ain't going to do nothing but end up with serious situations. And on top of that, you don't want to talk to them? Man, nah, you out of there, bro. They are aware that you come from westernized living, and your standards are elevated, but they don't need to feel disrespected in that process. Now, I'm not saying come over here and be extra generous and be extra outgoing and all this other extraness and stuff like that could potentially wear out. If that's not you, man, that's not you. And don't do that to yourself. You ain't gonna do nothing but set yourself up for failure. It's okay to be yourself out here, but don't make it a point to go overboard, not trying to talk to the people because you don't understand the language. You're scared. You're scared to interact with them and all that. Man, get out there, man. Learn something, and they can learn something from you, and you can learn something from them. Try to show them a side of you that will resonate with them, and they'll show you a side of them that resonates with you. You'll be surprised how much in common you have with the local out here. You just got to get out there and see it, man. Don't set yourself up for failure, okay? Now let's go ahead and jump on to the next one, and that is getting special attention. Now, this is something that is hard to control, because being a foreigner here, you will see things that could pass as receiving special attention, and the key for this thing is to not let it boost your ego. Don't let it make your head big. All right. Yeah, I know it feels good to be treated great. It really does. I mean, for me, when I first got here, man, they treated me like, woo. I'm like, man, I ain't never expected nothing like this. I don't know why they doing it, but I like it. They give you an elevated level of respect, but it's not to make you feel like they should worship the ground that you walk on. They don't do that for that reason. They do that because they are just hospitable people. And I know somebody's gonna be in my comment section, man. I pay my taxes. I pay for this, and I invest in the economy. I put this money here. I do that. Yeah, you do that. You did that voluntarily, and I respect that you did it. Hell, I'm doing it myself. But at the same time, though, man, you ain't got to be all boastful about it. You ain't got to make it bigger than what it really is, man. You did it voluntarily. All right, just come out here and be yourself. no matter how much special attention that they give you, be yourself, be humble. And again, a lot of guys, man, they're great out here, man. And now, for the mass majority of you guys, man, I know you guys are having fun out here, and you living a good life. They're treating you good, and you treating them good too. And that's a beautiful thing, man. I love to walk around and see my fellow expats out here living a good life, man. I don't even got to see you, man. I ain't even got to talk to you, man. I see that smile on your face. I'm happy because you happy. So yeah, man, that special attention, that's something, man. But you got to get that special attention back, man. All right. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is posting feeds and videos about how much money you spend on something and how much everything costs for you. Just talk about money, 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 money. The locals here really don't have a lot compared to what you might be bringing over here. And when you get online just to brag about shit that costs more than their yearly rent, you ain't doing nothing but lining yourself up for a country ass whipping or a casket. All right, expats end up missing out here because they do too much on social media. Now, I got it. Some people, they can't hold it. They get some money, they get a hole in their pocket, and they got to let it out. So if you one of them people that got to brag about everything that you got in your pocket, I'm going to give you a little bit of homeboy advice. And it's gonna sound a little messed up in the beginning part, all right? But call somebody in the States and let them have it. Tell them how much money you don't spend compared to them, and then how much money you do spend on things they can't afford because all their money go on bills. And I say that because at least you got some distance between them. At least you 8,000 miles away from them. I mean, you got a better chance of survival. Because out here, that kind of stuff will leave you in the grave without a tombstone. Nobody gonna be able to find you. We just lost an expat last year doing the same thing on the internet. So do me a favor and don't do that to yourself. All right. That's your money. And people don't care about how much money you got anyway unless you're going to spend it on them. And so since you know you're not going to spend it on them, don't tell them. Just enjoy your money, brother. All right. And again, I'm just being a homeboy. All right. If you mad, hey, my bad. It's your fault. All right. But to be honest, in all honesty and all fairness, man, your safety is one of the most important things to take into consideration while you're out here abroad anywhere on this world. Because again, there are dangers all over this crazy place. All right, this world is wild, but when you enter into places like the Philippines, you need to take your caution seriously. All right, you need to implement preventative measures to ensure that your stay here is filled with unforgettable memories, enjoyment, and safety in the process. All right, now that's all that I got for you guys today. Please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself sincerely. Learn to live your life on your terms. Make sure it's filled with love, peace, and happiness. Don't come out here and destroy everything that you're trying to build for yourself because you don't pay attention to the small details that could potentially hurt you. Okay? That's all I got for you guys, man. Until next time. Holla at your boy. Peace out, bro.